Anheuser-Busch. Anheuser-Busch has issued what I would call another non-apology. They're obviously panicking because this boycott against their brand is continuing as it should, and they keep issuing these statements which they think are going to trick us into becoming consumers again, but I cannot state this strongly enough. Do not fall for this. This is what the Anheuser-Busch CEO, Brendan Whitworth, said. He said, "We recognize that over the last 2 months, the decision surrounding our company and Bud Light has moved away from beer, or the discussion surrounding our company and Bud Light has moved away from beer, and this has impacted our consumers, our business partners, and our employees. We are a beer company, and beer is for everyone. Today, we are announcing 3 important actions as we continue to move our business forward. First, we are investing to protect the jobs of our frontline employees. Secondly, we are providing financial assistance to our independent wholesalers to help them support their employees. Third, to all our valued customers, we hear you. Our summer advertising launches next week, and you can look forward to Bud Light reinforcing what you've always loved about our brand, that it's easy to drink and easy to enjoy. As we move forward, we will focus on what we do best, brewing great beer and earning our place in moments that matter to you. Here's to a future with more cheers, Brandon Whitworth." Now, some conservatives are saying, oh, okay, look, they're gonna launch an advertising campaign that kind of gets back to their core values. And my response to that is no. Do not fall for this. This is not an apology. This is not reversing course in any way, shape, or form. In fact, they don't hear us. He says, we hear you. And he says that in a very patronizing way, in a very condescending way. And the reason that I know that it's patronizing and condescending is because if he actually heard our concerns about hiring Dylan Mulvaney as their spokesperson, propagating the transgender ideology, then he would apologize for it. He would apologize for it, and he would retract it. He would say, we regret that. We will never do it again, and we disavow that ideology. But he's not doing that because he doesn't actually hear us. He doesn't agree with us, and they're just trying to wait us out. It's a game of chicken right now to see who will falter first. They're hoping that we lose steam. They're hoping that we lose interest. They're hoping that they can just wait. And if they pander to us enough with patriotic themed ads, we'll think that they're on our side again and we'll go back to drinking their product. Do not fall for it until and unless they apologize directly for what they did. Bud Light should be dead to us. The LA Dodgers finally actually hosted their Pride Night. Yes, this has been about a month coming since they announced that they would honor this satanic drag group that call themselves the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. They dress up in drag as sexualized versions of nuns, these grown men too, mocking Catholics and Christians. And in the name of pride, the Dodgers honored them. Well, it finally happened despite all the protests. And I'd like to show a video first of the actual ceremony, if you will, where these drag queens were honored. If we can play this video. This is element number 6. So this, on the field there, right at the edge of the grass, you can see 2 of these Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, these drag nuns in drag. You'll notice that the rest of the stadium is empty. Now, the corporate media, if you Google this or anything, you'll get all kinds of fact checks that say, you know what, this stadium wasn't actually empty. This game was highly attended. And yes, that's actually true, and we'll address that in a moment. But the important thing about this video is this shows how terrified the LA Dodgers are because they did their ceremony honoring this drag group an hour before the first pitch, before anybody had showed up. Why did they do that? Because they were worried about the reaction of people that were in the stands. They were afraid of consumers of their product, and yet they were also too afraid to disavow the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. So the mainstream media might be trying to distract you by saying, oh, that's a misleading video because, you know, the stands did fill up. And yeah, that's true. But the fact of the matter is the Dodgers did this at a time when no one was in the stands, and they did that intentionally. That's the pivotal part of this story. Outside of the venue, this is what the counter-protest. This was Catholics and Christians protesting this blasphemy and protesting the Dodgers honoring this blasphemy. You can see how many Catholics and Christians are outside. It's a beautiful sight to behold. Look at all those people. Look at all those people. Thousands of people showed up to protest against the hate and the bigotry of the LA Dodgers. And I gotta tell you, I am a little bit disappointed that more people didn't refuse to attend this Pride Night game. I wish that it had been an empty stadium the whole time. It wasn't. It's LA, so maybe they really tried to recruit people to show up. I don't know. I wish that it had been an empty stadium for the whole time, but what I will say is I was looking at data before we started the show, and last year for Pride Night, the Dodgers drew a crowd of 52,505 people. This year, for Pride Night, they drew 49,074 people. So they saw about a 7% drop in attendance, which isn't huge, but it's also not insignificant. And the data that I was really looking for that I could not find, if someone else can find this, that would be great. The data that I think would really be interesting is I don't think that the one-to-one comparison between Pride Night 2022 and Pride Night 2023 is an accurate comparison, because this year their Pride Night celebration also fell on Father's Day weekend. So the Father's Day weekend baseball game, I imagine, this is a speculation, I couldn't find hard numbers from the LA Dodgers from last year, but I would suspect that Father's Day weekend draws more people to the ballpark than your average game attendance, right? Because people go with their dads. Dads take their kids to the baseball game on Father's Day weekend. So I suspect that just comparing the attendance of Pride Night to an average game isn't a totally accurate comparison. My guess is that Father's Day usually has higher attendance. But like I said, I was looking for the data and I couldn't confirm that. But 7% decrease in attendance from Pride Night 2022 to 2023.
Hi guys, it's Liz Wheeler. Don't forget to watch my show, The Liz Wheeler Show, every night at 7 p.m. on the First TV. You can download the free First TV app, or you can visit thefirsttv.com/Liz and start watching today.